Hi everyone and welcome to Monday's Who Would Win. If it looks like I have moved from Sunday, that's because I haven't. It's still Sunday, I am pre-recording this. So Black Shadow 309 asked the question, who would win in a fight? The Cthulhu or the Kraken from the Clash of the Titans 1981 original version? Now, to understand this, you have to understand these individuals. Kraken is a beast, a leviathan, a monster, a titan, if you will, excuse me, that was released by Neptune to destroy towns. It was huge. If we're scaling to the miles of the city, this thing is many, many stories tall. Skin is clearly thick and leathery, superior strength, and just pure destructive. He has no real special abilities, and it was defeated by the Medusa, the skull head looking at him. Cthulhu is an elder god of some degree. He's an ancient one. He is a cosmic being in many ways. He's actually extraterrestrial in many ways. Um, but his size, no one knows his real size because mortals can't, individuals of this dimension really can't comprehend his real form, comprehend the sight of Cthulhu. You go mad by looking at any of the old ones, Cthulhu included. But he is generally depicted in art and culture, multimedia, as being huge, like around the Kraken level size. But he's also vastly intelligent too. He's not truly evil. He's more like a neutral evil, neutral chaotic, I guess is the best way to put it. He's chaos, just doing his thing. Often depicted with a tentacle face. He obviously has superior strength, probably capable of doing cosmic ability like cosmic rays of energy. Um, uh, um, I'm trying to think. Probably capable of manipulating minds to some degree. He's just vastly powerful. Wings, all that. So, who wins in this fight? Well, let's say both these characters rise. Right off the bat, the question is, does the Titan, does the Kraken, is the Kraken even capable of of mentally with keeping itself mentally composed, not going crazy just because he is the Kraken, just because he's a Titan sent by gods? For the sake of this fight, let's say he is, just so this fight can, um, just so this fight can happen. Let's say he can, just because he's got divinity on his side to help rein him in. So, let's say the fight comes out, and Cthulhu is actually saying maybe he thinks of him as another elder being of some kind. And their fight commences. And right off the bat, they're probably a somewhat equally matched, but from every depiction I've seen of Cthulhu, he's definitely a bit more heavily muscular, particularly in his front. Like his arms, he's almost gorilla-like in many ways. So I imagine he might actually have a bit more of a physical edge. However, the Kraken has multiple arms, so he's got those on his side to go back and forth with. He's also got a tail that I don't think Cthulhu has a tail. And they're going back and forth. They're struggling. Cthulhu's going to get some good hits. Cthulhu has wings, so he can actually maybe lift up the Kraken out of the sea and then plummet in the earth. Tentacles maybe gets in this way. Kraken bites off a tentacle, so Cthulhu yells. And eventually, I think, assuming that he has these abilities, he's just going to hit him with like a cosmic energy ray or blast and just blast him and just at that point, yeah, obliterate the Kraken, or at least heavily damage the Kraken. The Kraken's going to be like, Rrr! Then Cthulhu comes in and just starts pummeling the living crap out of him, blasting him again and again, and eventually killing the Kraken. The thing is, the difference between these two individuals is we have seen as a fact that the Kraken can be defeated. It's not immune to individuals with petrification effects, or energy abilities, things along those lines. It's not immune to those. Whereas Cthulhu, it's not impossible to kill the Ancient Ones, as far as I know. I don't know a huge deal of the H.P. Lovecraft lore that details Cthulhu, the Ancient Ones, and all that. However, or the Great Old Ones, I suppose they're called as well. I don't know a great deal about it. I know some, and I know that they're basically cosmic aliens to a degree. But at the same time, they're not invincible. They're theoretically eternal, but you could, if somehow you're able to mentally withstand everything and figure some ways out. I like in a game at one point, I remember Mark telling me that not that he played, but a game that a friend of his played. They were playing Call of Cthulhu, I believe it was, and someone had been paying notes, particular notes, and one of the old ones was coming through. But then he writes something down on a piece of paper, hands it to the DM, and the DM literally just almost pretty much just flipped the table and went, "Fuck!" He's like, "You gotta be good game." He's just swearing up a storm. And one of the guys basically now, and he left the room. Just kind of looks at him, just looks at the paper, and he starts laughing and smiling. So 6 months later, so the next day, he figured, because he'd been paying enough attention to figure out how to kill the old one that was coming through, the Cthulhu-esque being that was coming through. He found a way to actually kill him. And oh man, it was hilarious. So it's not feasibly impossible. I just don't see the Clash of the Titans Kraken having any real way of taking on Cthulhu in that respect. So I gotta give this fight to Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu wins pretty much 100% of the time. I think maybe there's a 5% chance that the Kraken maybe rips off his head or something like that. That's like a really slim odds kind of thing. But hey, if you think different, let me know. Put in the comments below. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superman, Magic, whatever. Anything I do on the channel, put in the comments below as well. I'll get to it at some point. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do the MCU video I was going to do this week. So I'm going to do that in a little bit. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.